And ta-da!
We did it!
We did it! We did it, everyone! We saved the internet. We killed the internet.
I barely exist on the internet. I barely exist.
You
on the
barely
internet.
exist. Okay.
We barely exist
The
in
only-
the world of internet things. And
The only thing I exist on in the internet is like probably a watch list.
probably.
That's it. So,
I sometimes wonder, hey, D and Adam.
Yeah, nice.
Greetings. Greetings. Thank you
Welcome,
for watching.
everyone, to the Gosslings live stream on the Heavenly Realms channel. I'm Jonathan,
I am Nick.
and we are the Gosslings. And this is our weekly live stream that we do every Sunday at 4:30 Central Time, where we discuss writing, we discuss our books, pop culture, current events,
Yep.
kind of anything that sort of orbits our, anything that sort of enters into our
Only
very
interesting
broad
stuff.
orbit.
Only
Only
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, only
Cryptids, yeah, all sorts of stuff.
We also embarrass ourselves by reading things we've typed on typewriters during the week, which is a requirement to maintain membership in the Goslings Writing Group.
That's right. Yep.
And of course, we drink bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see,
What are we drinking today?
it's Bullet Rye.
Bullet
Rye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned.
Yeah. I
That's
was
awesome.
staring at the shelf, and I just couldn't make a decision.
Really?
So you have to have a go-to.
Yeah, that's
Bullet's
true.
my go-to.
Oh, yep. When in
Bullet.
doubt.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Glenlivet, as far as like Scotch. I mean, there are some like higher end Scotches, that you can go for.
Yeah, but you have to have a go-to that's not below your standard.
Right. Yeah, you have to have You have to be able to slum it a little bit without like.
You're the
feeling-
same way about guns?
No, actually.
No.
I am not. When it comes to guns, like I am such a snob. I am like, dude, like there'll be people who are like, oh yeah, I got this gun or that gun, man, it's like, $200 cheaper than like a Glock or whatever. I'm like, ew, get away from me, you poor.
I'm the same way about
dare
my
you.
coffee.
Really?
Yeah. I'm the
Yeah,
same way about
standards?
coffee. Yeah. I have
Man,
standards.
I had let's go ahead and do our toast, then we'll do the weekend review.
Yeah. Let's do our toast.
So every week we start off with a toast, and this is sort of like our mantra. So if you have a libation, then lift it, and
Let me grab
we will,
mine.
yeah, and it's very liturgical. So one person starts off, and then the other people say it in response. It's a little Catholic in that way, while still being cool, So you want to?
This isn't Catholic in the least.
Well, it's not Protestant.
No offense.
No Protestant does.
It's
this.
not Protestant. It's not
Yeah.
Catholic. It's not anything. A lot of clubs start with a motto. It's a toast.
Yeah.
It's a toast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a prayer.
No,
It's a toast. Because we're not a cult
that's next year.
like Catholics.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Next year, certain type of shoes, shave your head,
And wear an ascot.
and yeah, that's what it is. Scott. Yeah. So, anyways, you want to start
Yeah, sure. Ready? Here we go. Take up the broken sword of your father.
and strike down the darkness. I've waited all week for that. Waited all week.
I did not dribble,
You didn't get your Irish happy trail?
nor did I inhale it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no Irish happy trail.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, speaking of coffee, so my buddy Dave turned me on to Bourbon's coffee. So I ordered some bags, but I don't have a roaster. So I went over, he and his wife and their daughter had me over for lunch today. So I got to
Cool.
go over to their place and we roasted some coffee. And,
Nice.
Yeah, we had lunch. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
Very cool.
So
Bourbon's coffee?
no, Burman.
Burman.
Yeah.
Burman.
I think I'm saying that right. I think it's Buhrman.
So it's
Um,
green coffee, and you guys roasted it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's got a roaster over there. He has like a very meticulous, very cool process. I have to find my own roaster so I can do it myself, but I'm always like paying attention, trying to like, watch how he does it. Cause he's like you, he's very particular about his coffee.
Yeah.
And so I ordered like some Colombian, Huila Supremo. and then I got some Ethiopian coffee.
All right.
So figured we'll give the Ethiopian
Give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it a try.
I mean, coffee did originate in Ethiopia, so
it did.
How crappy can it be?
Well, it depends. There is that coffee that comes out of like cat's butts or something. They eat
Yeah,
coffee, they
yeah,
poop them out and they wash them and roast them. And
It's some sort of like marsupial or
yeah,
something.
or maybe it's a bat. No, it's something.
That's the Wuhan coffee.
That's
that's the Wuhan decaf. It's a new brand of Folgers that's coming out.
The poo coffee. Monkeys? Maybe it's monkeys.
It's the Wuhan poo.
The Wuhan.
Ba-dum-bum. I also got some awesome jerky out of it. I think this was this oxtail jerky? I can't remember.
Oxtail.
No, I don't know if that's right or not, but we'll have to try it. Here.
Made from the real tail of an ox?
I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's pretty good.
Or is it like beef jerky with a funky name? Ooh.
Whatever it is, it's really good.
Thank you.
So,
Never
never turned down. Isn't that good? Thank you, Dave.
Flavor. Yeah, thank you, Dave.
Never turned down beef jerky. So
I'm gonna be making a pig of myself. All kinds of chewing sounds and stuff. That
sirloin. That's what it is. Thank you.
Sirloin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. So well, let's see how it pairs with a bullet
Good
right.
idea. That's a meal.
Yeah, it is. Oh,
I could take like a whole bag of that and a bottle of bourbon and just call it a day. It's a Viking meal.
Fantastic. I give it my stamp of approval.
Speaking of which,
oh yeah. Speaking of which, I got this.
You want to move into week in review?
Oh yeah, sure. Let's go on week in review since it has to do with that. Stand by. Week in review and what lies ahead. All right.
So tell us about your cool stamp.
So I got. I went to Nostalgic Impressions. I had them custom make me a stamp for the Travelers League.
Yeah.
And what we're going to start doing is every time, if when someone finishes their journey with the timepiece in the first book, the kid goes through all 12 worlds. And when they get through the 12th world, they get inducted into the Travelers League, right?
Oh,
the club of kid heroes that have completed their journey with the timepiece. Well, the first book's called the timepiece. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start stamping this certified member, the Travelers League stamp in the timepiece books after kids read them. They'll bring it back. I'll stamp their book, certified member. You've made the journey. I'll sign it.
You want to type out the letter?
Oh, well, yeah, maybe if I'm mailing it to them. But if they bring me the book, the stamp needs to go in the book. I want to stamp the book for them. That's really cool. It's a lot of fun. I'll show you what it looks like. Boom. That's my one-off.
So these are the same people that Nick got his wax seal stamp from. Pretty cool. Nostalgic Impressions.
I went with red ink. Boom. There it is. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that looks good. It's got the timepiece logo on it.
Official member. Look at that. Oh, sorry.
There you
go. I'm covering your head.
No.
I didn't mean to cover your face.
Yeah. I was trying to get it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool. And I went with the red ink. I think the red ink pops.
Now, is that a design that you had found somewhere, or did you make that?
I made that
have
design.
Someone draw it?
No, I made that design. Well, I didn't draw it. I used the elements in Canva where you can, and then I got some stickers as well. Ordered a bunch of stickers. Same design. Says it's not an adventure till something goes wrong, which is the first rule of the Traveler's Code. So I've been giving those out. I did send a letter to someone. Somebody sent me a letter and said, "Oh, I just got the book for my son," and so I typed a message to him and gave him put a sticker in there, and then I on another piece of paper I said I put a stamp on it. I stamped another piece of paper with a message that says, "When your son finishes the timepiece, give him this. He can be an official member."
Oh, that's awesome.
So we're going to start doing that just to be a little more engaging, make it a little more fun for kids. I think it incentivizes kids to finish a book.
Yeah, that's true.
So even if they don't like it, at least they get something if they can finish it.
Right, yeah, you get something out of it if you can finish it.
Yeah.
Well, and that also creates I mean, if it ever really takes off and becomes, something like a real serious contender, bestseller, intellectual property, all these, options, movie options, video games, stuff like that, those books with the stamp on them become collectible.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The long game,
cool
playing
idea,
the long game.
Yeah, it's got the Burl approval.
Sweet, thank
Dee
you,
and
Adam.
Adam think it's a good
Thank
idea.
you, Dee.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's making a batch of 50 bookmarks for me.
Ooh, nice.
This week. So and you know what? I think they're going to turn out better than the others. Like the others are good. I think I still have them. Yeah. So Dee Burl, who is Adam Burl's wife. Adam Burl is my narrator. They're in England, and his wife Dee makes resin stuff. And one of the things that she made for me were, we've showcased these, I think, on the last live stream. So she made these bookmarks for me. They're all color coded according to. They'll have the covers of the books, all 5 of the books that have been released so far from my Heavenly Realms books, and they're super cool. They look great, and we were able to get the cost down a little on them. And I had her do an order of 5. And she's shown me the Sturm und Drang ones, the green ones, and they're even better than, like, this was just like a sample run that I had done for me.
Cool.
But man, the ones that, like, I've seen that she sent me pictures of,
really good.
Oh, it's killer.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Nice,
really awesome.
Very cool.
So then, and I got my wax seal stamp in for the Gosslings.
What a cool kit. Look at that. It's got the
cool?
wax in it. It's got red wax, gold wax.
This is from Nostalgic Impressions. It's the same thing as what Nick had. I literally told them just to replicate the order.
Nice.
And then I think I paid like just $5 or $6 extra for like the little box, but it comes with red and gold wax. So this is gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to typing up some letters. And Jamie and I had a meeting with my marketing manager on Friday, and we were kind of. She is very clever. That's right, Adam. Yeah, good lad. Yeah.
Well played.
Well played, sir. I was talking to my marketing manager about how we are going to do some contests through Gleam, which is like a contest aggregator. Do this step, get this many points. Do this thing, get this many. Okay. Subscribe to Heavenly Realms, get this many points. Leave an Amazon review, get this many points. Follow author Jay Goss on Instagram, get this many points. That kind of thing.
So you can gamify.
You can. And it allows people to, it gets you what you want, whatever you need. Join MailChimp, join the mail, submit your email, whatever. But then it also, Fringe Mythology, join Fringe Mythology or the Gosslings or the Heavenly Realms,
which you should do all those things.
Facebook pages. And then, so you add up all those points, and then whoever has the most amount of points is a grand prize winner. And then if there are multiples, and the algorithm does a random drawing.
Oh, good.
For whoever.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's pretty cool. We were working on it, and it was good timing.
Great idea.
Because I think we're going to do it through the month of June. I think the aim is to announce the winner on Independence Day, July 4th.
Okay.
If we have time, if we get everything set up by then. But I also got in stickers and magnets, also from Sticker Mule. Nick's stickers that he ordered for the timepiece came from Sticker Mule, and then I ordered a bunch of stuff. I got magnets. How do they work? And these are for the Gosslings. And then I got the Goslings logo on white as a magnet. And then I got some Goslings stickers. And then I also got some Heavenly Realms Empyrean Falling glyph stickers and some matching glyph magnets.
Nice.
And you can have the magnets be cut out, but honestly, I thought like I know how this works, and like things will get torn or ripped, so I'd rather have a circular thing for the magnet, just more surface area, and I think it works a little bit better. So I got all this stuff. I got 10 of each of these, and then I also currently have about 10 author copies of all of my books. So, and then I got some Gosling stickers, but these didn't quite turn out. The sword didn't turn out quite as bright as I wanted to, so we're probably going to have to redo this, but that's okay.
Adam says, oh my, I love the glyph magnets.
Isn't that cool?
Very cool.
Yeah. So I think what we're going to do is we'll probably do some sort of a contest, through Gleam. And then grand prize winner will probably receive one of each of these, a sticker, a magnet of everything I've showed you. They'll receive a typed up letter on my typewriter with the wax seal stamp. Might even be a specific, just a little short story for them, that's just like their own personal typewriter one-off. And then bookmarks, they'll each receive, one of each of the bookmarks, one of each of the copies of the book, and then one of the signed copies of A Man at Arms.
Wow.
So, yeah, so it's kind of like,
that's a big giveaway.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I think we're only going to do like maybe 3 prize winners, for
multiple
all that.
magnets, multiple stickers, multiple bookmarks, multiple books, plus A Man at Arms.
Yeah, plus A Man at Arms.
Nice. Yeah. And does that also come with a personalized typewriter typed message with a matte wax seal?
Yeah.
Ah, so good.
Isn't that cool?
That's you know what? You need to set up like a sample display of what all that will look like.
We are. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I've been fighting the iPhone wars this week. My iPhone finally, the battery finally died on it. I just can't get it to take a charge.
Yeah.
So Cameron was kind enough to give me one of his old iPhones. So I'm not kidding you, dude. I spent 2 hours last night after coming home from work and coming home from dinner with Laura and everything, just going through all the different apps, Facebook, Google, Gmail, Messenger, Signal, Telegram, Instagram, YouTube, and just updating, downloading all of these apps onto this phone, this different iPhone, and then going through the password game.
Logging into all of them. I know.
If I could find who created the internet,
Al Gore did.
Just lay hands on you. I hate this crap so much. I would pay someone. I mean, if I would pay someone whatever I could afford to pay them to just give them all of this and be like, I don't ever want to touch social media. This is it. This is literally all I ever want to do on social media.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to post anything. I don't want to take pictures of anything.
I hate it.
It's all of it. I mean, you want to talk about a labor of love. Seriously, if you are on one of the Facebook pages or one of the Instagram pages or Twitter or something, and we're interacting with you, we like you.
Yeah, we like you.
It's not, because
it's work.
Hate it.
It's work. Just doing social media is work. Not talking to you, not connecting with you. That's not work. But just doing social media and just in general, it's work.
It is. It's not fun. And it's for a writer. That's not what we want to be doing with our time. No. Dee says that her Samsung does all that whenever she changes phones. Yeah, that's good. That's probably one of the benefits of Samsung, over an Apple. Smart.
You log into your Google or Samsung account and it just loads everything up on there. Apple, get with it, Apple.
Dude, passwords are the bane of my existence. Because every website's got something a little bit different, as far as their parameters and whatever.
Yep.
So, another cool thing that happened though is I had lunch with Laura Adams, who's a friend of the family.
Yep.
And just going over some marketing things with her. Just wanted to show, but I met her in Cool Springs. I wanted to show her the books with all the merchandise.
Yeah.
And be like, here's everything I have.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you can maybe work with this? Does this give you any ideas for anything to work with? And so we met at Wild Ginger Saturday afternoon. And I brought all my books in and set them down. We got to talking. And it's a stack of books, all with very cool covers on them, and my name on them. And there's this couple across from us who asked if I was a writer. And I was like, yeah, these are, he's like, are those your books, And I was like, yeah, these are mine, and we got to talking. Well, he wrote a book about quantum mechanics and how he proved, he's written some fiction too. But he, I think he's a Christian because his book was about how he proved God exists via quantum mechanics.
Interesting.
Yeah. The case for, what was it? The case for causal theology or the case for causal mechanics. Michael M. Anthony is the guy's name. His book is currently out of print on Amazon, but he was super cool. And I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend, Diana, but she was really sweet. She dramatically overpaid me for a couple of copies of the books. I told her, like, don't pay me, just leave a couple Amazon reviews, And she was like, no, I insist. And I didn't see how much money she had paid me until after she had left because I was too busy talking to her. But they were super sweet, very friendly. I think they own the Lewis and Clark Steakhouse in Hohenwald, so I can't wait to go down there and try that and see them. But it was crazy. I mean, it's just that was out of nowhere, and they were super cool. And I think they swapped information with Laura because she has some people that she wants to connect them with.
Cool.
So it's crazy how the Lord works.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's awesome.
It's really neat. So.
Well, very cool. Anything coming up this week for you?
I got some really good notes back from some friends about Sasquatchalypse, so I'm gonna make some adjustments.
Okay.
No more Chevy Silverado. It's now gonna be a Ford F-250 King Ranch. Yeah. I had taken a guess at what kind of truck one of the characters would use.
Okay.
And one of the characters is very heavily inspired by a friend, by a real person.
Okay.
And so I ran it past him.
And they obviously have a preference.
He was like, dude, Chevy Silverado, never. Yeah. So they're like, okay. So if it could be any truck, what would it be? Ford F-250 King Ranch. It's like, okay.
All right.
Particularly,
is it a dually?
I think it's something like that. It's it's I looked it up last night.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's pretty rad though. So
yep.
So yeah, we'll go and we'll make some
All right.
adjustments, and I'm at like the first sort of real like action scene, so
yep.
Yeah, it's just got a little bit of that Kandahar giant to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it. That's my week. What about you?
Cool. This coming week. So, this past week, writing. No, just this one off that you will hear. With my apologies, but this coming week. First of all, a week from tomorrow, Starbucks opens their cafe again, so I can start my 5 a.m. writing thing.
Poor Nick has been just dying.
6 months they've been absolutely completely shut down except for the drive-through, and it's the one that close to my house is where I mean for over a year every morning at 5 a.m. that's when I would have 1 to 2 hours of good solid writing.
Yeah, and
they shut down. I've been trying to maintain that here, and I just can't.
Yeah,
I just can't. It just doesn't. It's
you
just
need that separation.
Well, you need the feeling of getting up and going to work.
Yeah.
You need getting up, dressing, leaving the house, going somewhere with the purpose of doing one thing. And it's hard to do that if that means getting up, putting your bathrobe on, and shuffling downstairs to your dining room table. And like that's going to work. That's not going to work.
No.
Mentally, it's not the same. I'm making excuses. I should have been writing all along, but I just haven't been able to. But anyway, I'm going to be able to start doing that again.
Good.
A week from tomorrow. So this week is going to be focused on plotting the Hackerjack 2 book, the next Hackerjack book. Oh. And I'm gonna grind through that, and then on the back end of that, I'm going to continue the work on Dad's book.
Yeah.
The biography on Dad. So those are the 2 things I have lined up, and I have actual line of sight to when I can do the work.
Awesome.
I mean, I can do the work now, but I'm just not going to.
Well,
I'm just not going to.
I mean, you talk about making excuses, but to be honest with you, that is a real reality. You want to set yourself up to win, and you don't want to operate within like parameters of your own mental landscape that are unhealthy. But if there's nothing wrong with them, then yes, operate within the own parameters of your mental landscape. So if you're one of those people, like most people, who needs to feel like they get up and they go somewhere to work, even though work is writing a novel, because then it segregates the time out and it makes it kind of sacred, makes it kind of sacrosanct. It makes it feel like, okay, I have this 1 or 2 hour block to do this thing.
It's time. It's a set aside.
Yeah.
It's a sanctified time.
Yeah, it really kind of is. And there's nothing wrong with that. And it's extremely difficult for the overwhelming majority of people to just be able to replicate that in their bathroom and at the dining room table.
Yeah, you can't.
Most people can't do it.
I can't do it at the bathroom, dining room table. I can't do it in here.
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm not going to try anymore.
Yeah, good. Well, and that's honestly, one of the best pieces of advice somebody ever gave me was You can't teach a fish to climb a tree. You know, like you have to steer into what you are and who you are.
Yep.
You can't make yourself something you're not.
And I am the schlep at Starbucks who thinks he's a writer and goes there every day. That's who I am. So I have to deal with that. I have to embrace it. And looking forward to embracing it again. The whole staff there, leaning out the drive-through window, exuberant, waiting to tell. They could not wait to tell me when they found out. I got to the window and they were all like, oh, Nick, May 31st, you got to come in the cafe. We're going to open again.
See, okay, that's how you know that you're not like that guy.
Yeah.
Because those people don't care. Those people have no reason to care who you are. Those people have no reason to care about you. I mean, even if you spend $100 a week there, it's Starbucks.
Yeah.
You think your money matters to them?
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No. I mean, you managed
I know.
one of the most. Nick managed one of, if not the most successful Starbucks in at least the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I was the assistant manager at that one for a while. But yeah, I was a manager for Starbucks for 6 years.
Yeah.
And went across several different stores. And
so
I still have nightmares about it. Actually. I still have to this day. I still have Starbucks managing nightmares.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there were plenty of those people where we were just like we didn't care or actively despised. Yeah. Never spit in anyone's drink, but wanted to, lots.
Yeah.
Never intentionally made something wrong. Nothing, like vindictive or petty. But there are some people that just
you don't want to see.
They're public nuisance.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to be that guy. I kind of, I know what like the ideal Starbucks cafe customer is like.
Yeah.
And so I try to be that guy.
Right.
Try to be that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it pays off.
Yeah.
Well, if they're happy to see you, then you're not that guy. You're not the schlep. Because
I'm not in their eyes. The public perception of the guy who goes to Starbucks and writes every day.
Yeah. Whatever. But it's only a matter of time, honestly, before like Nick is like a well-known face in the community. Like that experience that I had at the restaurant where like the wait staff was coming up to me and being like, who's this? Who are you? Are you like a famous author or something? I'm like, dude, I'm nobody. Like you don't understand. Like I'm below nobody. I'm anti-nobody. What's your book about? Can I see it? Like, I mean, before I knew it, just from this very minor conversation, I had half the wait staff and like 3 or 4 other people all standing around wondering who I was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, this is hilarious. This is so like whatever.
Right.
But Nick will be that guy, in a matter of probably another couple years, but legitimately that guy, not just like a fluke and wild ginger on a Saturday.
Maybe.
Yeah. So like he's the guy who will be at Starbucks who people actually will be like, there's Nick. Can I go up and get his autograph? It'll be that kind of thing,
Oh man.
It'll be like C.S. Lewis except a practicing witch, or or George R.R. Martin except a human a troll in a human skin suit, a very large human skin suit.
Yeah.
That's a fat joke. I'm saying you're fat, George R.R. Martin, and you're a surly little
George
troll.
R.R. Martin's fatness.
To his button.
To his
Which struggles mightily. The strength of 1,000 Geminis.
The hat makes him look even wider.
Yeah, that's not look. Don't wear that hat, people. You're not a longshoreman, and so stop wearing clothes like you are.
Yeah, you're not. You don't even get on a boat, please.
Yeah, I sailed. I'm a sailor. I sailed. Yeah. So. Anyways,
what's up? What do we do next?
You want to go to?
We did week in review.
Typewriter one-off.
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah. Typewriter one-offs.
All right.
Oh boy, here we go. So typewriter one-offs. Every week we type a 1-page short story on a typewriter. Yep. And then bare our souls and read it live here on the internet.
It's great.
And as it is right now, because of we don't have a ton of people watching live. We can read and then run away because Yeah. Nobody's going to make any nasty comments while we're live because there aren't a lot of people. And then later on, when it's once it's posted on YouTube and it's out there, we don't have to go back and read the comments or do anything.
I spend about
it's
3 days out of the week every time spot checking these, and just deleting all the negative comments, talking about how terrible his one-offs are.
Yeah,
I know.
Just kidding. You don't have to. I know.
It'd be funny if that were the case, but no. So I have to quantify that because Nick will be like, "Wait, does he really?" No, he doesn't.
Now
care.
It's a seed. It's in the back of my mind, and I'm wondering.
I've inception.
Maybe I should just quit.
I'm
done.
You know what? We're done. Yeah. See you guys. Never.
So we always do this. We take turns and decide who goes first. We, might as well rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. This is how we always do it. It keeps me from dominating everything because I have such a A-type personality. I'll just steamroll right over Nick. So,
ready?
All right. Yeah.
Go.
1, 2, 3, shoot. 1, 2, 3, shoot. All right. There we go.
There it is.
All right. Here we go. Buckle up. The reality we must all face is that everyone in positions of power within the government hates us, thinks we are all retarded, and covets their positions for the wealth and power they generate. They are betrayers of their mandates, traitors to the Constitution, and predatory, parasitic, useless little red tape, pencil-pushing, bureaucratic fools leeching off of the American people, whom they regard as little more than sentient livestock while they ride their high horses to their ivory towers, filled with other inferior dunces of equitable ill repute. And you know what? If we're being totally honest, there are enough stupid, subpar IQ, inbred mongoloid turds in this country to borderline prove them right. Look at the gas crisis. Look at TDS. Look at the left's woke politics of deigning condescension. They offer us low-hanging fruit, and we take it in true Luciferian fashion, signing in blood on the dotted line of that Faustian bargain. The fact that we allowed the election to get stolen, that we allow the NFA, the ATF, and IRS to exist, that we allow Black Lives Matter and Antifa to murder, rape, and pillage, and allow governors, troops, police, mayors, and other elected and appointed officials to turn a blind eye to their riots, just goes to show you that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And where are the good men? We have been emasculated, placated, neutered, defanged, and declawed. We've had our swords beaten into plowshares and our Bibles used for rolling papers. We have been told that compassion is the highest virtue because it is safe and controllable, and that anger, violence, consequences, and protection are tools of the patriarchy and toxic masculinity. We have been indoctrinated to treat personal responsibility as callous dismissal of victimhood and stoicism as dangerously unhealthy emotional repression. We have believed that our black mirrors will grant us all our wishes by drug-addled sodomy brains who are funded by an international cabal of shekel masters and slave drivers. We have been succubied with free pornography, usury banking incentives, fancy pants and lollipops laced with THC, and corroded from the inside by leftist propaganda. We are a low-T nation of beta cucks being led around by the noses by our career-driven wives who fail to find contentment with just being a stay-at-home mom, all the while slowly being replaced by trannies who get corporate sponsorships, governmental protection, and lionization by a mockingbird media, while they flash their mutilated genitalia at your children and groom them for suicidal degeneracy. The middle class will continue to be squeezed of its wealth by taxes. White families will be bled dry and bred out. Patriots will be labeled lunatics. And if you think you can vote your way or talk your way out of this, you haven't been paying attention. We have no one who is angry, hungry, or thirsting for blood and death. Do you shrink from that? Do you feel that sinking twist in your guts as I speak? That is your cowardice, your weak, unmanly, pissant behavior. Godspeed to the damned, as we cut our souls on the dagger-laden path to hell, where each blade is etched in the faux Damascus virtues of compulsory compassion.
Compulsory compassion. Wow, that's strong.
Good night, folks.
Yeah, let me
Da-da-da.
let me read mine before we get deplatformed. I think we still got a few minutes.
I'm at burn it phase. I don't even. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is this? What is this? Syrup? I got syrup.
No, it's whiskey. You got bourbon.
No, it's sticky.
You sure?
It's like sticky.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
What is that? I don't know what that is, guys. That's gross, though.
I just ingested glue.
This is so funny. This is such a contrast to yours.
Good. We probably need it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. This is like Sesame Street compared to what you just did.
I mean, everything is Sesame Street compared to what I just did.
All right.
Nix is going to be like, you know what my favorite color is? When I was 3 years old, I really liked the ocean. Yeah.
How'd you?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Wait a minute before I do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Okay. I removed my ball cap and waved it at the driver. He waved back at me and smiled as his little blue car left the parking lot. He wasn't expecting it. An audience he expected for sure. Everyone at the park that evening was his audience. Though none of us knew we would be. He had just shown up. Nobody saw him park his little blue car or shuffle to the Veterans Memorial with a trumpet tucked under his arm. Kids were climbing the playground structures, yelling and screaming in ecstasy. Parents were sitting along the fence and at tables that surrounded the play area. It was all summer chatter. Then a ripple of clean, clear notes bounced through the park. We all looked around, both parent and child, to see what could be making such a foreign yet dazzling sound. Within seconds, I realized that someone was playing a trumpet. Perhaps they were just practicing. But the movement from note to note betrayed decades of hard-won skill, and the melody, short and lively, bore no errors or warbles. My eyes, along with the rest of the surprised crowds, fell on the old man as he transitioned into his next and last song. He stood at attention before the raised flag and the brass plate in the center of the memorial concrete. He was dressed like any old man would be, who you might expect to see at the grocery store or a ball game. His back was slightly bent forward from age, yet his body remained in heel-closed posture. He had served at one point. That was clear to all. And somewhere beneath his ball cap and giant old man sunglasses was most likely a wealth of stories and lessons that would do me well. An old retired patriot who, somewhere along the way, picked up a trumpet and learned how to cast silver tones. He played taps. The playground grew silent. Adults and children alike turned to enjoy. Many stood to their feet, unencumbered by the fear of their neighbor's opinion, and mourned silently to themselves. It was a mournful tune. It put the setting sun to bed and aroused a cry in our hearts at the death of what used to be America. It honored those who served and those who also died. You could hear nothing but the chilled silence of vibrant air when he finished his tune. For only a few seconds, we all felt the call to honor something greater than our individual selves. The old man said nothing, nor turned to see if anyone had been listening. He cared not if anyone listened. He didn't do this for them. He didn't do it for himself. He did it for those greater than the rest, the ones who took up rifle and laid in blood, so we could play with our children in peace at the playground. The old man shuffled back to his car without a word and drove off. I rushed to the fence facing the parking lot's exit. The lump in my throat stifled my cheer, but I was able to remove my hat and wave it at him. I didn't know what else I could do in the moment, but he smiled and waved as he passed. I conspired to be in the same place at the same time the next day. It turns out my suspicion was well placed, for he showed up with his trumpet and sunglasses and ball cap. But I shook his hand before he got to the memorial this time. His name is Frank, and he's my favorite American.
That's awesome. I love it.
And that really happened.
Did it really?
That really happened.
I was going to ask.
Yep.
Yeah?
That happened Thursday night and Friday night.
No kidding.
Yeah, right here in Spring Hill.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, his name is Frank.
Does he do it? Does he do it every
night? Yeah, he goes out there, plays some military tune, and then he plays taps at
Where is
sunset.
this?
At Port Royal Park.
About what time? I mean, whenever
Usually,
sunset is.
yeah, just a little before sunset. Every night he goes out there. These 2 nights he did, it was around 6:30.
Really?
6:30, 7-ish, somewhere around there.
Because I'm trying to figure out if I have enough time to get there from work,
You might.
especially as the days get longer.
He does it. The middle of the week's a good time to go because there aren't a lot of games,
Yeah.
like soccer games and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think he said he used to, or does, like he'll go out there and do revelry
Really?
in the morning.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It's Port Royal Park.
Yeah, Port Royal Park.
I gotta find. I don't actually know precisely where that is.
It's so easy to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so easy.
Dude, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's
there.
cool. Yeah, we should do it.
I'd
Go
love
meet
to.
him. Yeah, he's a great guy.
It's so
He and Rihanna talked for like an hour and a half.
Really?
After we stopped him on his way to play.
cool.
We actually pulled in the parking lot as we're getting out of our car.
Yeah.
His pulled in right in front of ours.
Oh.
And he got out of his car, and I approached him, and I stuck up my hand, and I'm like,
Yeah.
we came again tonight because
The view.
we heard you last night.
Yeah.
And we wanted to just ask if you want to sit with us, we brought our dinner and just sit down with us and tell us your story.
Yeah.
Why do you do this? You
Yeah.
know? And he didn't sit down and eat with us, but he did like talk with us for like an hour before he played.
Really?
Yeah, it was super cool.
So what's his deal? What's his story?
He served. He was in the National Guard.
Yeah.
And he's an engineer, and then he retired from being an engineer. But he learned to play. His uncle gave him a trumpet, and he learned to play. And he played in military bands, and
Really?
all his life. And he just wanted to keep playing the trumpet. And he wanted to do something that honored his service and the people he served with. And he's like, and no one's told me to stop. The city hasn't told me to stop.
If the city ever tells him to stop, they're getting hanged.
Yeah, the HOA. None of these HOAs have told me to stop. So I'm just
Good.
gonna keep doing it until they tell me to stop, and then I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. Frank,
yeah.
you tell me who tells
a
you
neat
to
guy.
stop, I'll kill him. Yeah. Make them pay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's
Kill
pretty
your
cool.
whole commie family. That's awesome. So how old is he?
Probably in his 60s.
Oh, okay. So he's probably, he's maybe Vietnam.
He's a little younger than Dad, so he may have been a little too young to go to Vietnam.
Yeah. Man, so he just would have been Cold War, deep Cold War, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, and he was National Guard. I mean, he didn't see any action that I know of. I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe you just haven't gotten to that part of the story yet. Super cool guy. Super cool guy.
Sounds like it. Oh, awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's the kind of that's what I love about the new job down in Chapel Hill. It's just like, it's kind of that same thing. It's like that. Here's the thing. The empire will convince you that you need to leave your hometown, go move to a big city, get a tech job, be in the Globo Homo system. Well, that's the technical term for it. That's as in global homogeneous.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
either way.
Yeah, it's a double entendre. Yeah, it's that sword pokes both ways. So, anyways, the beast will convince you to move to some big metropolitan area. Go live the city life.
Yeah.
Go work in some decentralized system. Decentralized corporate sort of environment or market. Play with funny money. And just, but that's the siren's low. I mean, truly, the real trick is there's nothing wrong with never leaving your hometown, ever.
No.
There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with your hometown being small. And the first person who ever really made me think about that, because I always had that wanderlust too. Like every spoiled middle upper class suburbanite kid.
Well, not even that. Not even that. Any teenager as they're coming into adulthood, they want to test themselves against the world. They want to get out of their cowpoke town and go to the big city where the opportunity is and have fun. They want to go where where there's stuff to do. Yeah. Until they end up getting married and having kids, then it's like, this is a horrible place to have a family. They're stuck.
Yeah. And everybody, like, it is good to go and, test yourself against the world. But what I don't want people to think is that you should resent your small town home life.
Totally.
That's how Hollywood sucks people in. Everybody in Hollywood, with the exception of a few who are like dynasty families, everybody is an ungrateful transient, an implant from an import from another, from some flyover country town, where they didn't feel appreciated and they feel, whatever. And so, but like the trumpet player at, Spring Hill, at the park, or, the mailman who comes in, or the cops. I mean, dude, at the new job down there, where I am, it's like I walk into the bakery and everybody looks at me because no one's ever seen me before. Yeah. That's how like small town it is. Yeah. And it's great. Yeah. I love it because it's like, okay, this is how it should be. Like there needs to be a return to almost Luddite agrarian tribalism, small town communities, and where everybody knows everybody, where the cops and the cops know you.
And Adam was telling me the little place where he the hamlet, the town, in which he works is different than the one he lives in. Yeah, and he said that the people there, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, but they're very much
insulated.
Yeah, insulated. They're their own community. Like if you're not from around here, shouldn't you be working somewhere else?
Right. Well, and you could and it's like you could take that to like an unhealthy level where you are, where you don't want, where you treat outsiders, well-intentioned outsiders, as like, as pariahs, But there is something admirable about having a small community where it's like, we all know each other, we all take care of each other. Hopefully we don't share too many chromosomes, but, so it's like you want to be friendly to the outsiders, but you don't want to let the outsiders change the vibe of your environment, and that's what I love about Spring Hill while it lasts, and what I like about Chapel Hill is that, like, man, it's small, everybody knows everybody, and people are happy. Yeah. Like no one's miserable. No one feels, and there are places that are like that. There are rural, isolated communities that are very depressed because there's not a lot of opportunity and people, there's a lot of squalor. Yeah. Sure. I think where Dad came from was kind of, to an extent, at least back then, was like that. It was very hard to, feel content when you're hungry. So there are places that are like that, but if you can find yourself in some small town, if you can raise your family in some small town where everybody knows everybody, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nope, not at all. There's no reason, local place for local people. Yeah, and it, it sucks when it like cuts both ways, and you have environments like the one that sometimes Adam has to walk into where they're a little poopy towards outsiders.
Like, I've been working in this town for years. Yeah, it's me. Yeah,
it's
you me. Know me.
Yeah. I'm not a lizard person, like,
but the queen is.
The queen, I
mean, we've heard.
But
there have been reports. Yeah, that she's a reptilian.
Well, that adrenochrome ain't gonna drink itself. Somebody's got to guzzle that pineal gland blood. Yeah, Yeah. So yeah. So raise. It's okay. Raise your kids in some small town. I realized that. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The first person who ever like really made me think about that was at the first gun shop I worked at. There was this cop there, this former cop from Illinois, who he wasn't Chicago PD. He was in one of the surrounding suburbs or whatever. But he had moved here with his wife and their two kids several years ago, and he really gave me perspective. He was like, dude, you don't understand. Like, because I think I was maybe complaining about something about, Tennessee or the South. I don't know what it was. I was just being ungrateful. And he course corrected me and told me, like, look, dude, you don't understand. All he said was, this is a really good place to raise a family.
Mm-hmm.
And it really made me think, not because of just what he said, the words, but because of knowing who he was and where he came from.
Yeah.
And where he was trying to raise his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And even that place wasn't that bad. It wasn't Chicago,
right?
But coming here, or St. Louis, I think he was closer to the St. Louis side. But just being here, listening to him, and then it gave me a different perspective, and it gave me a different appreciation. And ever since then, I thought, like, man, I'd love to live on the beach, somewhere like in Navarre or Milton or not Milton.
There's places in Florida.
Miramar. Yeah, Florida, But if you raise a family here, it's it's great. And it's okay to like be out in Lewisburg.
Yeah, it's fine.
Chapel Hill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, where your neighbors. I mean,
I want to be farther from the city and farther from the interstate.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. And know your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you I'll give you two examples of and then we can wrap up or do whatever, but I'll give you two examples of things that have happened to me over the past month where and they were humbling experiences because I had to eat crow. Okay. Oh yeah, sure. There you go. I had a neighbor who based on right after mom died, we all spent like 3 or 4 days. All my family came into town, because of dealing with the crisis and the storm and the funeral and all that stuff. And we had just tons of cars parked up front, right? Yeah. And then
people were visiting.
Yeah, and staying for the funeral and all sorts of, and helping, clean up, whatever. And so anyways, the neighbor didn't like it, and he reported me to the HOA. And then it left a really bad first impression. I mean, I almost went over there and like almost kicked his door in one day. Like I was furious. And we never really talked. It created like some weird animosity, never had a confrontation, but just this very like, we didn't talk to each other kind of thing. I would talk to the other neighbors occasionally, but not him. And it was a decision on my part. So anyways, he moved out. His family moved not too long ago. And, but he still comes over because the house is still for sale.
Okay.
And so here's the irony. I've been talking to him ever since he's moved away. And I missed a golden opportunity.
Really?
He's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was such an ass. Like he was, I should not have let my in the moment anger and resentment carry into the long-term opinion of the person.
Fueled by grief.
Right.
Too. Fueled by grief.
Oh yeah.
And probably clouded too.
Yeah. And so, but I missed a golden opportunity because I got to talking about, we got to talk about guns and, talking about politics. And I mean, it's like, dude, if I would have known, if I would not have shortchanged myself in the beginning by holding on to what Jordan Peterson says is the most dangerous emotion, resentment. If I had not held on to that and just written that dude off, if I would have given him a second chance in my head, he didn't, whatever, fair enough. I probably could have had like a really good time with this dude.
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'll give you a second example.
It's a great story.
When it's
because it's a great lesson.
It is a lesson.
Yeah,
it is, and it's 100% true. And he's a good dude, and that sucks. I totally missed a golden opportunity with someone who was really cool. And that's important. Like, give your neighbors chances because honestly, like what we're talking about, what I'm like talking about, like you need your neighbors. You need local community tribal support groups. We need to revert to tribalism. There needs to be a deeper element of tribalism and warrior ethos.
It's a movement in the opposite direction from globalization. Don't think globally. Don't act locally. Think locally.
Think locally and act locally.
Right.
Yeah. Do that.
Yeah.
give you another example. I started this new job at this gun shop, and one of the guys who works down there used to come into the old gun shop that I worked at.
Okay, yeah.
And he would only come in for transfers. He would never buy anything or spend any money.
Okay.
He would only come in and pick up guns.
Okay.
And he's kind of a big deal in the gun journalism world.
Okay.
He writes a lot of articles. He writes a lot of books.
Okay.
In that world, he's a bit of a celebrity.
Okay.
And
he's a big fish.
He's a
in
big
this arena.
fish.
Right.
In a fairly decent sized pond. And but he would always come into the old gun shop, and me and all my friends hated him. We hated him. He had this surly, standoffish attitude. He didn't like to talk. He wasn't, because all the other guys who would come in for transfers, they knew that they weren't giving any money to the store really. So they would make up for it by being conversational, because it's taking up your time to run these transfers.
Yeah.
Not a lot of your time, but still time is time. This guy wouldn't. He would not talk. So we hated this guy. We were like, oh God, I'd love to. I mean, we talk about, take a baseball bat to this guy's face, whatever. Just, you get bummed out. Well, he works at the gun shop that I work at now.
Oh, that's cool.
On like 2 or 3 days a week. And
No
you know
kidding.
what? He's a writer. He's an editor.
Okay.
He's one of the coolest dudes. I have had more fun talking to him
Really?
than I have had talking to any new friend I've made in the past 3 years.
That's amazing.
And he's one of the coolest people.
What's his name?
His name's Jay.
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 All
Yeah.
right.
Jay
Nice.
Langdon. Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean,
Very cool.
we because of our quick reaction opinion, very one-dimensional opinion of him, we wrote him off, and we didn't like him. And we shortchanged ourselves massively, because there's nothing wrong with him. He's not overly conversational. But dude, I started that job this week, and I spent a couple days with him. He came into the shop to work a couple days that I was there, and I got to talking to him, and I was like, and just the same thing with my neighbor. I'm the asshole. I'm the jackass. Because I was too judgmental and didn't give this person, a second chance beyond this one first impression. I squandered so much. Thankfully, God has been merciful to have this person back in my life, not only to teach me that lesson, but to also recoup something that I've potentially lost. I mean, I talked to him for 2 days straight. My gunsmith, my boss, took me aside at the end of the day. One day, he was like, dude, that's the most he's ever said the entire time he's been here.
Wow.
He doesn't talk a whole lot, and because he's just very stoic,
Sure.
And it's just imagine if you had the opportunity to be around King Theoden, and you just, but King Theoden didn't have any use for you, because you were you just were one of a million other Rohirrim,
Right.
And then you're like, man, King Theoden's kind of a jerk, but then you're like, no, you're the jerk, dummy. King Theoden, and then you are riding with King Theoden, and then you get to talk to King. That's what it's like being with this dude.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Anyways, it's
neat, man.
Yeah.
Really neat.
It's humbling, and it's man, you never stop learning, and it's good to have confidence, but not pride necessarily, or not ego, and to be able to admit when you're wrong, when you're like, man, I should not have written these people off. These are really cool. So
yeah.
Anyways,
That's great.
Lessons. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Anyways.
Well, that was good stuff, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's a great takeaway. That probably should be the topic for the whole episode, really.
What about you? You have any stories like that where you've had to kind of eat crow on some decisions and then come back and be like,
I've had to eat crow so many times in my life. Yeah, I mean, that happens at work.
Really?
A new person will come on, and I either immediately don't like them and write them off.
Yeah.
And then later on down the road, they end up being an amazing friend.
Yeah.
Or I like them right off, but then I start to discover what a pain in the neck, person. Yeah, please. You like someone in the beginning, but my problem is I'm a terrible judge of character.
Maybe we both are.
When I meet someone, because I so want to like connect with someone new, and have a potential.
He's so lonely.
It's not that.
He just wants buddies.
I do. I want buddies. I want friends. That's why I built this room. I want come over. Let's drink and talk.
Hang out with me.
Come hang, please. I know I'm weird. I know it's crazy. Poor, but yeah, that happens a lot. Honest. So Jim Powell.
Yeah,
I met him when we started working at Dell together, and he was just so different from me.
Really.
And I was like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna, But we ended up carpooling with the same guy. There
Oh
was
yeah.
another guy
Mm-hmm.
that I would carpool with, and this other guy's like, hey Nick, I'm gonna have this guy named Jim Powell carpool with us too because he lives in the same town.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, he's on my team. I know him. Yeah, sure, that's fine. So two people that are very, very, very opposite that weren't really like, we didn't even talk to each other for the first couple, several months.
Yeah, really.
Other than being in the carpool together.
Yeah.
But being forced to spend time around each other in a carpool.
Yeah.
Over time, it's like, he was really cool.
Yeah.
And now he's my best friend.
Yeah.
We became best friends while we were working there at Dell. And he's amazing. It made me realize that all the things that I thought I didn't like about him were things I actually desired, myself. Like I wish that I was more like that, and I wasn't like that.
Right.
So I decided to resent it in other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until I just accepted that. Once I accept that, I'm like, you know what?
And then you can.
He can help me because he's older. He's like a decade. Maybe not a full decade, but he's older.
He's like 6 or 7 years older.
Yeah, kind of big brotherish.
Yeah.
Age. I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I just
he is like another big brother, isn't he?
He is. I'm like, maybe if I can just swallow my ego, I could learn something.
Right.
I could learn something from this guy.
Could be a student.
Yeah. We work for the same company right now, actually, and he is like an amazing salesperson. He's way better than me.
Well, and he's
awesome.
You guys are like that.
Yeah.
He's a great friend.
Yeah. He is.
He's kind of like your version of Dave for me.
Yeah.
It's like older, guy, mentor, friend, but kind of big brotherish and still kind of a buddy.
Yeah.
And like someone you just learn a lot from,
Mm-hmm.
Just by being around them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I know when my mouth is getting too big, when I'm chatting with Jim, talking with Jim, and I start getting opinionated and shooting my mouth off, and he's like, he kind of reserves, like, well, sure, I understand,
Right, yeah, when they pull back.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
I'm like, okay, I can tell that he doesn't
I'm too far
agree with how extreme I'm being right now,
Yeah.
and there's probably a good reason. Maybe I should shut up and listen.
Maybe I should,
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I get that too sometimes.
You and me both.
Dude, I'll tell you, Jay told me the coolest thing. He is such a fascinating dude. I could just like sit down and listen to that guy talk for hours. Like, he's got so many funny stories. He's awesome. Real salt of the earth guy. But he told me about something that I had never heard of before. Have you ever heard of the Irish Gypsy Village of South Carolina?
The Irish Gypsy Village? No.
Yeah. Dude, this is why this is like the episode where
it sounds like white voodoo.
Yeah. So like they're fascinating.
That sounds very interesting.
In Augusta, South Carolina.
Okay.
Not Georgia, South Carolina.
Right.
And it's this whole like tribal enclave of Irish gypsies.
Interesting.
And and they like, they marry it, like they get betrothed at 13.
Wow.
They all kind of, they build these houses, these mansions, or they'll buy these mansions, own them, renovate them, whatever. But then they won't live in them for like 6 or 7 years because they have to do some sort of exorcism.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like if you look up the Irish Gypsy Village, I think there was like a TV show that came out about them not too long ago, but Jay lived close to them when he was younger, and he lived like 10 minutes from this village or something. So he was telling me about it.
That's crazy.
I'd never heard of it before. And yeah, like so like you can see pictures of them online. You'll see this mansion, and then you'll see like these trailers stacked next to the mansion, and they're all living in the trailers while like the house gets like fumigated of the evil spirits.
Wow, I wonder what they think of aliens. We should talk to one.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what's your take on this whole thing?
Yeah. We got to design
UFOs, what is that?
We got to design that T-shirt, by the way, that John was talking about. John, Farmer John sent me a great idea for a T-shirt last week. He said, like, you should do a thing where it's like crosshairs on ET, and with aliens or just demons, you know? We got to design something like that. Yeah, we really
Let's do that. After we eat Mexican, let's come back here and design it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And then we'll maybe order that and a couple Gosslings T-shirts. We need new T-shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, I like these, but it's about time we get some Gosslings T-shirts.
We will forever be ungrateful.
Yeah, we are.
Colonials, for sure.
Yeah.
But we do need some new need some new T-shirts for sure.
But yeah, it just this whole month, but especially this past week, like especially being around Jay, was like, man, Jay is like one of the coolest people, and I am such a jerk for like not talking to this guy beforehand. I'm so stupid, you know. Yeah. So
well, lesson learned, man. Lesson learned.
I didn't have that problem with Dave. Dave and I hit it off like that. I was like, yeah, this dude's cool. I like this guy. You know, that's always nice when you don't waste time being a jerk, you know. So, and now Dave tolerates me.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. and thanks for the jerky too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's fantastic. Yeah. That was really good.
See, Adam knows what we're talking about. Yeah, he gets it. Yeah. See, I think Adam's got to be a part of that community, right? Like, you know.
What, a gypsy?
No, the town, the little hamlet that he drives to work.
Well, I'm sure he's a part of his community.
Yeah. Adam, do you live in? We've never spied on you on Google Maps, so we don't know. Like, is it like a suburban?
Oh, really?
Kind of. Okay, well, Nick may have, but I haven't.
I may have looked.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Nick may have spied on your house and watched you as you're watering the garden, but. I'm not that technologically proficient, so you're safe for me at least. I'll just rely on Nick to navigate us over there. But yeah.
Well, man, do you have anything else? Anything else you want to do or go over before we take off? I mean, look at this. Look at us. It's a minute and an hour and 8 minutes.
I knew we could do it. We still told some stories.
Unbelievable. You know what it was? We got through the greeting and the toast and got to the typewriter one-offs quickly.
Yeah. Oh, you guys do live in a small village in the countryside. Man, I'll tell you, Adam was sending me pictures of I made the mistake of being like, Adam, can you still get like any Tudor-style houses in the English countryside? Because like that's on the bucket list if I could ever get like HBO money, you know?
Yeah.
As I'd love to have a house there close to them so I could like go over and just bug them. What kind of bread you guys got? You want to come over here and check out my cool swords? I got some 4-bore double rifles. You want to shoot them? I don't know if they're legal. Just bug him all the time because his whole family, like everybody, the Burls all sound so cool.
Yeah, they sound great.
And but he was sending me links to like some of the Tudor style houses that they have in there, and oof, baby, expensive. But
I bet,
dude, yeah, his dad just bought one apparently, and it looks so cool. It's like, you remember on Audrey and Uncle Bill's house up on the hill? Yeah. It's like that, every bit of that.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're all over the place. He said, like, they're all over. You can get them all over. Wow, so
cool.
Yeah. That's a dream, Adam.
Yeah.
The dream is to have a house out there close to you guys so I could always bother you. So Adam is still working on, I got to check ACX. I don't know if Adam has uploaded anything. I haven't. But everything I've heard so far has been great. So we got D making bookmarks, so that's good. And, yeah, so let's see, because you haven't got me slowing you down. Yeah, I guarantee you, Adam, between the two of us, you are not the one slowing the train down by any measure. I'm like I can't remember what was it. There was something Adam was. Oh, we were trying to figure out how to like share things on to our story on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's something I should mention. I entered a contest. I can't remember if we talked about this or not on something or other publishing Soup SOOPLLC.com. I submitted my typewriter one-off, Monica, the one about the girl, the chick artist who paints people's and then the demon kills them. Go over there and vote for that. Go to SOOPLLC.com and then go to their like weekly submissions We posted it. Nick posted it in the Gosslings thing, and then I think I posted it on my author J Goss thing also. It's called Monica by Jonathan Goss. It needs a certain amount of votes in order to move up to the next stages, and if it gets high enough, then I think they offer like a contract for periodicals work or something like that, submissions. Anyways, if you're watching this, vote for it. I think you got like maybe till it's either the end of the month or next month or something like that. But if you're interested as a writer like Adam, you should probably submit some of your stuff too. You never know. It doesn't cost you anything to submit it. And yeah, there it is. Monica by Jonathan Goss. Something or other publishing. I don't know, whatever. Clearly I'm good at marketing.
It's in the comments in the Gosslings Writers group.
Oh yeah, sweet. Thank you.
Yep.
But you can submit as many of those as you want, as long as they're not sequential. So you can't submit like a part 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the same story. But you can submit as many as you want in as many genres, according to what I read on their rules. So for any writers out there, if you're looking, and I think they do that every month or every quarter or something like that.
Cool.
So yeah, soopllc.com, I think is the website. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Soup LLC.
So we could submit our one-offs every week.
Yeah, you can do your one-offs. Yeah, you can do anything you want. Adam,
Wow.
You got a ton of one-offs, dude. I really think you should submit them because everything you've read has been really good.
Yeah.
You know?
The one about the orc was awesome. It comes down off the mountain.
Yeah.
He has to kill his mother.
Yeah. I like the one.
Dude, that was great.
Wasn't the first
That was
one
a
that you
great
read the
story.
Jack the Ripper one?
Yeah, I think it was. Oh,
That one was like real
it
nice,
was
Clark.
so good. Real nice, Clark.
So, anyways,
It was like possessed by the devil or something. I can't remember, but it was really good.
yeah. It was like seeing the Jack the Ripper. It was like he was seeing the Satan, or he was seeing the face of the demon or the devil.
Saw the face of the devil, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then there was like the diagram, I think, that he was cutting into. Yeah, it's really cool. Adam's good, man. It's
Yeah.
only a matter of time before we lose Adam to his own work. You know? But for now, just hang in there for like 2 more novels, Adam.
Yeah.
I got 2 more books I need to get out of it.
Please.
Yeah.
I got one more Traveler's League book I got to do. At least just one more.
We're not giving Adam's character the credit it deserves. I think he'll hang with us as long as he can. But yeah.
Yep.
We're like, man, we just really kind of don't deserve Adam.
No, we don't.
we
don't.
get it. But we'll take him. We don't deserve D either, but we'll take her.
Yep.
So, and D, her Instagram is resin by dreamer, _dreamer on Instagram. I think she has a Facebook page too, but she does all these resin things. She does a ton of different resin stuff, but she made these bookmarks for me, and I'm having her make up these batches so that we can sell them. So yeah, stay tuned because we got like contests coming up. I still am in the works with talking about getting a website going.
Okay.
So we can get that going.
Okay.
So we can have our own landing page for stuff. But yeah, and vote for Monica. It'd be cool. And then submit your own stuff. Who cares? Whatever. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Dee's really good, man. She makes a lot of stuff. I'm glad you're enjoying making it, D. That's the key. I want you to always like enjoy doing what you're doing.
Adam says, never fear, you are not losing me. We have that immortalized on the internet.
Yeah, a promise made is a promise kept. Yeah.
Awesome.
Adam.
Awesome. Now I just want to make it worth his while.
Yeah. Sterling character.
Yep, for sure.
A captain in the Blood Ravens of, a captain in the Space Marines Blood Ravens chapter. That's what I need to do. I need to like Photoshop Adam's face onto like a Space Marine captain, Blood Raven Space Marine, and then turn it into a T-shirt and send it to him.
Yeah, you should do that. You should do that.
Cool.
All right, man. Well,
Yep.
let's see. What is
Chapter Master at least. Yeah.
Is that a rank
Yeah.
in Warhammer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like Master Sergeant kind of. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do something cool. Yeah. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But cool. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Man, we are actually coming in under an hour and a half. This is like exactly the time. Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
Well done.
Nice. We told stories.
I would say let's drink to that, but we got to actually drive somewhere.
Oh
We're in
yeah.
Canada, so we got to be
Yeah.
careful about that.
No, I'm not driving, so I'll drink to it.
I'm driving.
Yeah.
I gotta be good.
Fair enough. Yeah, somebody has to be good in this outfit. It's not
Well,
gonna be me.
we appreciate everyone for watching. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching it live, and
Yeah.
we'll see you again next week. And we're also in. Can I mention the podcast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're also discussing taking
Yeah.
the audio from these live streams and making it a podcast too. Just taking the audio, throwing it out as a podcast because we realize it's hard to watch something live.
Yeah.
And it's hard to go and watch something on YouTube. We're all busy, and sometimes you don't have time to watch an hour and a half to 2.5 hours of one YouTube video.
Yeah.
And we get that. So we're going to have a podcast version of this as well at some point.
And it's simply a matter of going through the motions, and I think I have all the steps in order to make it happen. Jamie, our marketing manager, kind of gave me the rundown. She sent me a bunch of links. It's not hard to do. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the website. I don't think it costs much. If anything, it's not hard to do. It just takes time to square away and do it.
Cool.
So we are working on that.
Cool.
So that people can listen to it. But until then, you can't hack a typewriter.
You cannot hack a typewriter.
So everybody should get a typewriter.
And they won't spy on you.
Yeah.
And no updates or passwords required.
Oh my gosh, no passwords.
Yeah.
Yes, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can people find your stuff?
Facebook, Travelers League, our Facebook page, Travelers League. YouTube, same name, Travelers League YouTube channel. You can find me at Nick Goss Writes at Nick Goss Writes on Instagram, and same as on like LinkedIn. I think I have a LinkedIn thing, and I think that's about it.
Twitter?
Yeah. No Twitter.
No Twitter.
No.
Yeah, gotcha. Adam and D, if you
I
want,
give the bird to the bird.
post. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, Adam and D, if you want to post your links in the comments or tell people where to go, I'll post what I can in the description. Adam has a blog spot, but he and D both have an Instagram. And then Adam also has his own YouTube channel. Adam Narrates, where he does these really awesome sample readings of the projects he's working on with music and pictures. It's a whole audio production kind of thing. It's amazing. It's really, really good. If I could get the whole book like that, I would. I think for the special edition, we're going to work on something like that. But yeah, Adam, you guys post whatever links you want, and then I'll try and follow up in the description whenever I update this later tonight. And then the special edition that I wrote is still, for Empyrean Falling, is still available in hardback, 650 pages with a map in hardcover. That's on taurusnecros.com. All of my books are available on Amazon. Heavenly Realms by Jonathan Goss. You can find them all there. I'll post the links below. Author J Goss is the Instagram if you want to, follow me there. And then I think that's it. The Gosslings, Heavenly Realms, and Author J Goss are 3 of the pages, and Fringe Mythology. Those are all Facebook pages.
Yep.
That you guys can go to.
And yeah, definitely the Gosslings Writers group on Facebook.
Yeah.
The page or the group. If you jump on the page and like it, I will send you an invite to the group. You might find the group directly. Just hit join. There's 0 criteria to join the group.
Yeah.
Just join the group, and we'd love to have you on there. You'll also get a notification when we do.
Yeah.
All of this good stuff too.
And by the way, I think we might talk a little bit more tonight about figuring out some maybe like some local signings or some readings.
Yeah.
We were kind of talking about that a little bit beforehand. We'd like to do some more local events. So anybody who's watching this, if you're local and you are interested in having book signings, book readings, Nick is really good at drawing the audience. His books are far more accessible than mine. But
no matter for kids.
Yeah, and kids dig them.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. So it's like real good family kind of thing.
Yeah.
And families spend money. So,
they do.
Yeah.
Small town's a great place to find those people.
Yeah. We're going to work on trying to get some stuff like that sorted out. So anyways, thanks for joining us. We're coming in at like the time we want to come in at.
Yep.
This is amazing. So D and Adam, I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you're not bummed out that we're ending a little early, but we'll be talking to you guys later on in the weekend.
You guys need to go to bed anyway. You're in the UK.
Dude, they never sleep.
So
they
late.
are such machines.
Yeah.
They are Terminators.
I
wish I had half their energy. They are so amazing.
Well, let's give them an extra hour to figure out what to do but sleep with
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Well, I'm Jonathan.
Nick.
And we are the Gosslings, and Adam and Dee are also Gosslings as well. And man, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week. And we're gonna go get